This week we start a new project and work on some old ones, plus a cat on a ladder. We've become accustomed to working on more than one project at a time, so while Lincoln is finishing up the bathroom renovation, I thought the petite salon could use some help, since we spend quite a lot of time in there. It feels a bit depressing and desperately needs an update. Hello. So we are currently in our petite salon. This is our next big project. This has to be one of my favorite rooms in the chateau, just because it's sort of it's a smaller room and it doesn't feel as large and imposing, and it can, hey. This room does need a bit of work. Yeah, it needs some work. So I'll be busy the next probably month or so working on this. The plaster's in relatively good condition. There are some cracks. We do plan on wallpapering this room, and this will be my first time ever putting up wallpaper, so wish me luck. So I'm excited about the wallpaper. We have collaborated with Sandberg Wallpaper, a company out of Sweden. I've had my eye on this pattern for quite some time. So here we have the wallpaper, and I love it. It's just really elegant, and I think it's going to look spectacular in here. It's got some gold running through. I'm excited to get started on this. One of my biggest concerns was that the wallpaper wouldn't go with the marble on the fireplace, but I think it goes pretty well. So the first step is to remove all the furniture from this room and figure out where we're going to put it. Hi, Guava. Hi. Hello. Oh, you guys are wet. You're all wet. So all this needs to be evened out before we can apply more wallpaper. You can see the plaster beneath right there. Something tells me it'll be quite easy to take down this wallpaper. This wallpaper was here when the previous owner purchased the chateau, so it's been up here for ages. I still haven't decided if the curtains will stay in this particular room. They'll be removed, cleaned, and after the wallpaper is hung and the walls painted, we'll see how they look together. Seriously, Waffle? I think she just wants a better view. next step is to cover the floors, then the work can begin. I don't know if you can hear the church bells. Lincoln estimates it takes about 15 minutes to walk down the LA and back to the chateau. I think it's more. Next time we'll time it. Loser cleans cat boxes. Lincoln's uncaffeinated, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And cold.
And cold. It's really cold this morning. You can sort of see them walking towards us. Like, what is all that commotion? Sunday morning, I want to sleep in, eat my grass. After our brisk walk, I grabbed some coffee and headed into the walled garden. So I've decided to come out into the walled garden because the rain has finally stopped. We've all been feeling cooped up inside and just need to get out. I need to get to work out here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is work on my garden thing. This is what we call it. I guess it's a potting shed, but we call it the garden thing. And I haven't been out here since October, since we brought Mimi into the chateau to live permanently. We used to have our morning coffee together. Well, she didn't drink coffee. She had cat treats. I need to find a new coffee companion. I think I'll drag the dogs out here, and I don't think they'll mind too much. So the garden needs a lot of work. I'm hoping to clear some beds in the next few weeks, and hopefully we can continue our expansion project to create extra beds. And we have the wood. I'm hoping to have a really great growing season this year. I'm hoping I can get around to it, all the projects we have going on inside. So it's really, really nice to be standing here, and there's no rain, so yay. So this is the state of my garden benches, and it's just really bad. I haven't been out here since probably October, so this whole area needs a good cleanup. And these pieces of roof slate, we have so many pieces of slate lying around. Makes for a good place to write notes in the garden. And that was a gunshot. Can you hear that? This is what Sunday mornings are like around here during hunting season. I've organized a little bit, so it's better than it was. It's free and clear. So now I feel like I can really start the season off, even though it's not even February. But makes me feel a little better to have this cleaned up and organized, and frees my brain of the mess. So you're probably going to think I'm nuts, but this is all coffee, and I save it for the compost and the garden. We do have one of those Nespresso machines. So these you can't recycle unless you bring them back to, I think you ship them back or bring them back to an Nespresso store. So we don't really have access to this. We buy these through the mail. So what I do is I just open the tops and save the coffee. It's a little time consuming, but then once these are empty, I can recycle these. I find if I'm sitting outside doing it, you know, time flies, or have the iPad or something and watch a show. So that's sort of what I do with these Nespresso things. And it looks like we have some hyacinths and tulips coming up, which is a nice sight. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have something to say, leave us a comment.